This is News 3 Now at 6.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. Eric and Charlotte have the night off. A big snowstorm is working its way through the Midwest right now, but the snow is going to miss southern Wisconsin. Here's a live look at the Twin Cities, where a blizzard warning is now in effect. If you're traveling northwest for the holidays, better to wait until tomorrow and pay attention to the weather. We're feeling the effects of that storm here as strong winds are causing temperatures to plummet. Let's check in right now. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is tracking the temperatures and the winds in your First Warn forecast. Gary?
Well, Susan, you can hear the winds howling behind me, but we didn't have any snow today, which is a big difference from what's going on in the Twin Cities. You can see near zero visibility there. Blizzard warnings in effect for much of central and southern Minnesota, northwestern Iowa, winter storm warnings north and west of Eau Claire and northwestern Wisconsin, and winter weather advisories as far south as Black River Falls and just north of La Crosse for snow and blowing snow over the next 12 to 18 hours. You can see the snow falling pretty heavily across eastern Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin. There are some rain showers to our south and east, but right now we're kind of in between. We might get caught with a few flurries later on tonight into early tomorrow morning, but that's about it. The official high temperature in Madison hit 53 this afternoon. Janesville topped out at 57 as we had a little bit of sunshine and strong southerly winds ahead of a cold front. But look at where temperatures are now. We've gone from 53 to 37, and you can see to the west, La Crosse is already down in the mid-20s. Those winds are howling. We're seeing wind gusts in the 30 to 40 mile per hour range over much of southern Wisconsin. Those winds should die down later on this evening, but the temperature drop will continue. By early tomorrow morning, we'll be in the lower teens. Look for a low temperature of about 10 degrees by early tomorrow morning, with wind chills perhaps as cold as 5 to 15 below zero, and the cold weather will continue through the Christmas holiday. I'll have more details in weather in a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. That brutal cold will mean homeless shelters have their work cut out for them. Mix in the holiday season and the ongoing pandemic, and it is a major challenge in Madison this week. Our Madeline O'Neill is live in downtown Madison with how the Salvation Army is preparing for the days ahead. Maddie?
Well, like Gary mentioned, it's about 37 degrees now, but I'm already feeling cold, so it's hard to imagine what it's going to feel like when we get to those negative wind chills overnight and into tomorrow morning. Here at the Salvation Army, cold temperatures means more people. Director of Operations and Development Steve Heck says that they already have double the usual number of single women at their shelter and are at capacity at the hotels they've been putting people up at this year. But the Salvation Army doesn't turn anyone away, sheltering single women and families and redirecting men to other resources in Madison.
People can die. I mean, when it's that cold, it doesn't take that much, especially when you're out in it all day long. And one of the things that we really pride ourselves on is finding ways to help people when they come to us.
Just last week, the city opened the Fleet Services building on First Street as a temporary men's shelter. The Salvation Army still has its Red Kettle campaign going on for the next couple days, trying to raise another $150,000 to meet their goal. Coming up at 10 tonight, we'll talk about how they're trying to make the holidays special for families here, and we'll also hear about other resources in the community.
We will see you then. Madeline O'Neill reporting live. Maddie, thanks. To our coronavirus headlines tonight, the state confirmed 67 more people died from COVID-19 in Wisconsin. That comes one day after the state had its highest single-day death total. More than 4,700 people in our state have died of coronavirus complications since the start of the pandemic. Counties recorded an additional 2,532 cases of the virus today. Wisconsin has reached a lifetime total of 463,906 confirmed cases. Says free COVID-19 testing at the Alliant Energy Center has been extended, and it will now continue until at least March 31st of 2021. Since May, more than 330,000 tests have been administered at the site. Communities of color face a double-edged sword with COVID. They're more likely to get sick, but less likely to get the vaccine. As our Jamie Perez shares, staff members at UW Health are doing something to help intersect these two competing factors.
Well, UW Health has staff members who are doing some outreach work to communities of color to inform them about the vaccine. So what it is, what the side effects are, and what the trial period looks like. And they're hoping that by having these ongoing conversations, it can help build back the trust that's currently keeping these people from getting the vaccine.
The first day that I got the first dose, I was extremely tired that evening, but I was like so overexcited to be potentially part of history.
Dr. Shiva Bidar-Siloff knows her excitement about the vaccine is something that not everyone feels.
Communities of color have been disproportionately impacted by COVID-19. We have a historic mistrust of healthcare and health systems. That mistrust is based on some serious ethical wrongdoings in the past.
Bidar-Siloff used an online forum at the beginning of the month to share her experiences participating in a COVID vaccine trial, hoping to reach communities of color that are wary of the healthcare system. Fellow UW Health physician Dr. Jasmine Zapata used a key example of where the mistrust comes from: unethical medical experiments conducted with syphilis on black men in the 1930s.
A couple years later, when there actually did have a cure come out for syphilis, which was penicillin, they withheld that treatment to the men that were in the study.
As women of color now working in the medical fields, they're asking communities of color to weigh their options.
We're never going to forget, but my question is, will we forgive?
UW Health's Dr. Patricia Tejas-Hidon is hoping to set an example of the benefits of forgiving.
I know I had a responsibility not only with myself, but with my community. So I educated myself very well about this vaccine and made sure that it was going to be safe.
Tejas-Hidon is also the co-chair for Madison's Latinx Health Council. She got the Pfizer vaccine earlier today, hoping she can inspire others to do the same.
This time, we need to make our voice heard by getting the vaccine. We need to show the community at large that we are as much part of this community as they are, and that we're going to actively participate on getting out of this pandemic.
Now, they're still working with other community organizations to do more online forums like the one you just saw, and they're hoping that more community leaders will be reaching out to them so that they can help get the word out and inform other people about the vaccine. For News 3 Now, I'm Jamie Perez.
If your organization is interested in hosting a similar forum online, you can contact UW Health's Dr. Shiva Bidar. A group of volunteers is remembering and honoring Wisconsinites who died from COVID-19, and they're continuing to ask state lawmakers to do their jobs. The volunteers assembled a paper chain with every link representing someone in the state who has died from COVID-19 complications. Each link has the name of the county that each victim is from. The chain stretched over 800 feet long. Incoming Democratic legislator Francesca Hong says the GOP has had time to act, but refuses to do so.
It's to hold all of our representatives accountable, including me. We need to hold Robin Voss accountable for the obstructionism and the callousness he has shown during the length of this pandemic. He has stood as a roadblock for the governor and for our state's COVID response. And these chains, the links, they're a testament to what it has cost us.
Earlier this week, Governor Tony Evers sent 2 bills to Republican lawmakers asking them to take action to address the COVID-19 pandemic. Republicans say Evers has stopped COVID-19 legislation negotiations. Well, you may have seen the phone notifications today. Wisconsin's COVID-19 contact tracing app is up and running. Our Naomi Coles explains how it works and why this rollout before the holidays could be crucial.
For iPhone users, it looks like just another system update controlled through settings. Android users download it in their app store. I set it up myself today. It took just a few minutes. My Bluetooth stays on, so anyone I'm around for 15 minutes or more within 6 feet will get a notification if I test positive for COVID-19, if I enter the code that comes with a test result.
And it will shoot out to all close contacts that others have been in contact with you, but they won't know who was that person.
It's based on the strength of a Bluetooth signal, and the data is wiped after 14 days.
There are little signals through Bluetooth that's sent from one user to others, and it logs in all of those close encounters that you might have for a 14-day period. After 14 days, it gets deleted.
Experts say that right now, ahead of the holidays, the most crucial step is getting your social network on board with opting into the app.
The way to get people to adopt this is to have those conversations with our friends and family, right? It needs to go viral that way, just like the virus does.
It's quick, convenient, and private. And if you get sick, it saves the step of remembering everyone you may have been around.
If a lot of people do that, then a lot of networks sort of overlap.
Now, this app is based on exposure notification technology, and what that means for you is that if you have to travel and leave the state, you can actually check inside the app and see if exposure notifications are available in the region that you're in. It's up to the state's public health officials to decide whether to use an app like this, and right now there's more than 20 states that are using exposure notification technology. Reporting for News 3 Now, I'm Naomi Coles.
Still to come tonight on News 3 Now at 6. Shoppers may be rushing to the store for last-minute gifts, but shopping online may help your tax bill down the road. We'll tell you why when we come back.
Power tools make great Christmas gifts, and Menards carries the best selection of power tools and accessories. With top brands like Dremel and Skill, you'll find something for everyone on your list. Get this 20-volt Skill drill and driver combo for $99.99. The Dremel Versa power cleaner is built for the toughest jobs. It comes with 4 different brush heads and a charger for just $49.88 at Menards. Plus, give the perfect gift with a Menards gift card.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Oh my
Mom, I'm finished.
We pray each day. May you come home and be okay. For now, we wait for you to come home.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. The Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy providers are working together to help keep your heat and power on. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here.
At American Family Insurance, we've always protected more than what you drive. We've protected and supported the dreams that drive you. Right now, that means extending our 10% savings on auto premium for all current and new auto customers through March, so you can get a little closer to your dream. Whether your dream is discovering new roads and new limits, or supporting that dream. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
You might personally benefit from all of the online shopping that people are doing this year. A law that the governor signed last session turns some of the taxes from those purchases into tax cuts for you. Amy Reed is live tonight to explain how these cuts could continue in the years to come. Amy?
Well, of course, online shopping was already big before the pandemic, but since the pandemic, it's exploded. I talked to the Wisconsin Policy Forum to find out how that could bring a bigger tax cut for Wisconsin taxpayers. Holiday shopping and even the gifts may look a little different this year. The National Retail Federation surveyed shoppers and found 60% of them plan to shop online, up from years before. And 96% of retailers expected online sales at the holidays to increase. That could lead to bigger tax cuts for Wisconsinites down the road. A law the state legislature passed this last session requires that the amount the state collects in sales tax online out-of-state purchases needs to be taken out of income taxes. So more money spent online leads to bigger cuts.
With the increase that we've seen in online sales in 2020, it is now looking like that income tax cut is going to be quite a bit larger than we would have anticipated going into 2020.
The Wisconsin Policy Forum looked into this earlier this year. As of April, we already met projections of $118 million for the year on these taxes. And researchers said that amount could top $200 million by September. Giving that back to taxpayers is unique to Wisconsin.
For a lot of states that just collect these revenues and put them into their general coffers, Online sales was kind of a silver lining to 2020. It was kind of like, well, at least that's one area where our tax revenues are actually up.
This could have added relief coming up on what the forum thinks will be the most difficult budget year in a decade. But for taxpayers who also might have had a difficult budget year, it could be a silver lining.
Since the State Department of Revenue stops these collections every September, the increase in online shopping around the 2020 holidays won't affect this year's cut, but it would come to play in the future.
Amy Reed reporting live. Amy, thank you. There's more to come tonight on News 3 Now at 6. When we come back, the battle over the Capitol Christmas tree continues, but it is finally coming to an end. We'll explain ahead at 6. And a breezy and colder Wednesday. So what's in store for the Christmas forecast? Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti will let us know in his first WARN forecast. That's still to come.
I'm Crazy Lenny, delivering e-bikes on an e-bike.
Gift certificates up to $1,000, 50% off. You pay just half the value.
That's a great holiday offer. Oh, whoa!
Gift certificates up to $1,000. You pay only up to $500 at Crazy Lenny's.
'Twas the holiday season, and as is often the case, magic was found in an unlikely place. Molly tried her best to make introductions. Dad couldn't see past his grown-up assumptions. But thanks to fresh ham and warm apple pie, Dad was finally able to see with fresh eyes. With the freshest assortment to make everyone's faves, the happiest holidays start with Pick and Save.
In 1912, Leon L. Bean sold his first batch of 100 boots, 90 of them leaked. He refunded every pair and then perfected them. Because if it wasn't comfortable, he didn't want people to have it. This holiday season, we want to help you give the warmest, coziest, longest-lasting gifts on Earth and make you feel more comfortable than you have in a long, long time.
Shop Steinhoffel's year-end sale and get big savings of 35 to 55% store-wide, and find great deals like your choice jewelry armoire, $199, a three-piece dining set, only $339, this queen panel bed, just $379, or this sofa, only $399, a power recliner year-end price, now $399. Get these great deals and more during Steinhoffel's year-end sale, only at Steinhoffel's and Steinhoffels.com.
We're going to find the perfect tree.
We're going skating. We're going to Nana's.
Wherever you go this holiday, Chevy can help you get there.
Which is why we're making our Chevy employee discount available to everyone.
The Chevy price you pay is what we pay.
Not a cent more. So wherever you go, happy holidays from Chevy.
Use the Chevy employee discount for everyone to get over $5,200 below MSRP on this Traverse. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
I'm Crazy Lenny, delivering e-bikes on an e-bike.
Gift certificates up to $1,000, 50% off. You pay just half the value.
That's a great holiday offer. Oh, whoa!
Gift certificates up to $1,000. You pay only up to $500 at Crazy Lenny's.
The battle over the Christmas tree inside the Wisconsin state capitol has come to an end. Republican state representatives say they put the tree up for the third and final time yesterday. The tree was put up last week, but removed when they didn't have a permit for the display. Representative Paul Tittle says when the tree was placed inside of the Capitol Rotunda yesterday, they promised Capitol Police it would be taken down by 5 o'clock. To weather now. Wow, Gary, that wind is howling outside.
It certainly is, but at least the air around southern Wisconsin is dry, so we're not getting any precipitation. Heavy snow is falling across Iowa into Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin. There are some showers, even a few thunderstorms moving through parts of northeastern Illinois. But as this whole weather system lifts to the north and east, we'll probably just get some flurries tonight into early tomorrow morning, and that's pretty much about it. But if you have travel plans to the north and west and are trying to leave tonight, you might reconsider if you're going north and west of La Crosse up toward Eau Claire, certainly west of there. Blizzard warnings in effect till 6 a.m. tomorrow morning for much of central and southern Minnesota, northern Iowa. Winter storm warnings for parts of northwestern Wisconsin, and wind advisories down to the south across parts of Iowa and Illinois into tomorrow morning for wind gusts of 50 to 55 miles per hour. Here are current wind gusts. Madison at the airport right now, a wind gust of 21 miles an hour, but you can see, especially over the flat land farther to the south and out to the west, we're seeing wind gusts in the 45 to 55 mile per hour range, coupled with that heavy snow. That's dropping visibilities to below a half mile, in some cases near zero, causing whiteout conditions. You saw at the top of the newscast that view in the Twin Cities, almost zero visibility there, and temperatures are tumbling. The warm air from earlier today, we had a high of 53 at Madison. Those 50s are off to our east. Madison's dropped to 37. Twin Cities now in the mid-teens, single digits out to the west. Look at the wind chills. Teens and 20s below zero across western Minnesota. Twin Cities right now, most of Minnesota seeing below zero wind chills, and we'll see wind chills as cold as 15 below zero by early tomorrow morning. Three things you need to know. The breezy conditions will continue for tonight, just not as strong for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Much colder for the holiday, and then some snow chances toward the end of the weekend. Some light snow then, maybe a more significant system in the Wednesday and New Year's Eve time frame. For Christmas Eve, a high of only 13 degrees. Look at those temperatures staying in the teens through the day, but again, those wind chills perhaps as cold as 5 to 15 below zero. Christmas Day, a high of 18 degrees. Morning sunshine, more clouds in the afternoon, but the breeze will add to keeping wind chills below zero for much of the day. On weather track, you can see the storm wound up across the upper Midwest. There's a low pressure system in northwestern Wisconsin dragging a cold front to the east. You can see those winds shifting to the west behind it, and that's drawing in the colder air. In fact, right now, temperatures are in the 30s here, but single digits and teens to the north and west. And on future track, you can see the storm system lifting on out. So again, we just get caught with a few flurries. Clouds linger for much of the day tomorrow, and then after that, we start to clear out for tomorrow night. That will allow temperatures to drop to near zero. Maybe some clouds moving through during the afternoon on Christmas Day, but at least the weather should be rather quiet around here for the Christmas holiday. Mostly cloudy, breezy, much colder for tomorrow. Maybe a morning flurry, high only at 13, wind chills around zero much of the day. On future track, watch how these temperatures drop to around 10 degrees by early tomorrow morning. Only go up a few degrees in the afternoon. Drop off to just above zero by early on Christmas Day morning as skies clear out, and then reach the upper teens on Christmas Day afternoon. The next chance of precipitation, some light snow from Sunday afternoon into Monday morning. That could bring some minor snow accumulations. More important storm system bears watching. Snow Wednesday and Thursday, maybe mixed with rain Wednesday afternoon. That could bring some snow accumulations, followed by cold weather for New Year's Day.
And coming up in sports, it's been a long time since Wisconsin won at Michigan State, like back when Devin Harris was playing. Why this group of Badgers say they plan on ending that streak on Christmas Day. Next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Keeping yourself and your family safe from germs and bacteria is made easy with Cetus ultraviolet technology for sterilization. Through time-tested ultraviolet irradiation, killing 99% of dangerous microbes is simple and effortless. UV light technology is faster and more reliable than water-based disinfectants. Now easier than ever to live germ-free. Visit www.cetusonline.com. That is CETUSonline.com.
Protect what's important to you from COVID-19. You help protect everyone in Wisconsin. Learn how you can stop the spread at dhs.wisconsin.gov/COVID-19.
The holidays are a time for giving.
To your friends, your family,
To your teacher.
In that spirit of giving,
Chevy's proud to give our employee discount to everyone.
The Chevy price you pay
Is what we pay.
Not a cent more.
because giving and giving back is what the holidays are all about.
Use the Chevy employee discount for everyone to get a total value of over $8,400 on this Silverado.
Get the Chevy employee discount for everyone today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Our new house is amazing. Great street, huge yard.
There is a bit of an issue with our neighbor's fencing. At least GEICO makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Which helps us save even more.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Peter.
Touche.
What? Tongue down.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Hey folks, 'tis the season for presents and trash, but be careful before you toss stuff out. Watch News 3 Now this morning, Thursday. We'll share the one dangerous item you should absolutely not throw in your recycling bin. See you then.
Game day is finally here for the Bucs, and we can now stop thinking about what happened in their preseason games and get excited for what's in store for this year's squad. Up first is a trip to Boston to take on the Celtics in a couple minutes. Now, normally there's a lot of fanfare around the season openers, but with no fans allowed, this one feels a little different. For the Bucs, though, they're excited to tip off the year.
I think there's an excitement to play a game, that matters. Kind of get the regular season going. There's a lot of juice, a lot of excitement. There's an energy that just comes from within. There's an excitement that comes from within, and certainly the fans add to that always on opening night. But from a shoot around and just an internal perspective, I think we're excited to get going.
The last time Wisconsin won at Michigan State was March 2nd, 2004. And the Badgers didn't just beat the Spartans, they stopped them from winning a Big Ten championship. And legend has it, raising a pre-made Big Ten championship banner that was laying on the ground around the UW bench during the game. Now, Devin Harris and Mike Wilkinson scored 18 points apiece that night, while Clayton Hansen hit some clutch threes to lead UW to a 4-point win in overtime. Since then, every trip to East Lansing has been a loss, and that's something this group of Badgers will try to change on Christmas morning.
I think the biggest reason why we haven't won there is because they're really good. So I know that sounds simplistic, but it's that simple.
It's a game that we look forward to. It's a game that for us seniors, us old guys in the locker room, we've never won at the Breslin Center. So it's a game that we have circled for that. So we're really excited, looking forward to it. Looking forward to the challenge.
And Leo Chanel has been named the Bednarik Award Player of the Week for his performance against the Gophers. The Badger linebacker played his best game of his career, racking up 13 tackles and 2 sacks. Chanel is the first Badger to win the award this season. And Susan, we got one more Badger game, December 30th, the Duke's Mayo Bowl. How about that name?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm familiar with Duke's Mayo. That's a big deal in the South where my parents live. Let's get a final check of the forecast now with Gary.
Well, that winter storm and blizzard continues off toward our north and west. Winter storm warnings and blizzard warnings from northwestern Wisconsin through much of Minnesota and Iowa. Our temperatures continue to drop. We're at 37 right now, but those readings out to the west, they're headed our way.
All right. Thanks for watching at 6 tonight, everyone. Stay safe and warm. Have a good evening, and we hope to see you